Hey everybody, Bleak Rides here. Wanted to go over a recent purchase with y'all I had. In fact, let me adjust the camera a little bit. Trying to do a better job at vlogging. So I ordered one of these off of Amazon. It's basically like a ram arm or a different type of mount for cameras for my motorcycle. Thought I'd film a little install video, just putting it on the bike. There really wasn't too much to film, just a U-bolt and a couple of nuts for putting this mount on. I'm going to transition into some old footage I have from out at Saylorville. So this picks up out at Saylorville Lake. Pretty nice place to visit when you're here in Iowa. I think they have some camping. Definitely have plenty of pretty sights to see. I have another trip planned with my best friend to head up to Ledges State Park, do some filming, do some riding. There's a wonderful barbecue joint on the way there. Hopefully get some lunch, if Iowa would ever cooperate, and really if we could get a couple of nice days. It has been non-stop rain here. It has been just wet roads, sandy, every bit of Iowa. Now would probably be a good time to go ahead and ask you guys, if you're enjoying this content, to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I'm trying to do a 100 video challenge, hoping to push out one video a week, sometimes two, where my schedule will allow for. And I couldn't do it without everybody. All the people who support me, all the people who watch my videos, you mean the world to me. And at certain times I like to take a moment to thank you for watching my journey. And I'd like to get into a little bit of my journey. I'm 40 years old. I haven't been riding a motorcycle my whole life like a lot of people. In fact, I spent a good portion of my life not being a very good person at all. In my younger life, I was filled with a lot of anger, a lot of hate. For people, for the world, for the government, for life itself. By mid-20s, I was a full-blown drug addict. I had resigned myself to a life of living either on the street or on people who'd let me's couch. My possessions could be tallied and held in a backpack. I wasn't long for this world, and nor did I want to be. I had a lot of suffering in me, a lot of problems to work through, and a lot of things in life I had failed at. About 8 years ago, it occurred to me that if I wasn't gonna die from drug abuse or someone just taking me out for being a crappy human being, that I really didn't like the life I was living either. I can say I was lucky. I have a wonderful mother. I have a wonderful friend. And I have a wonderful lady in my life. All three of those people wanted to see me succeed. They didn't know how to help me, and at the time, I really didn't either. But that real good friend I mentioned, he kept saying, there is another way to live your life that doesn't lead to death or prison or someone taking you out for being a crappy human being. That if I wanted forgiveness, redemption, and rebuilding the wreckage that was my life could be had if I applied myself. So I took him up on it. I didn't want to hurt anybody else. I didn't want to hurt myself anymore. And I was tired of living the life of a drug addict. So I went to NA. I didn't get a lot out of NA. I didn't get a lot out of being around other drug addicts. We didn't come from the same place. I had a home. It wasn't terribly broken. I had family. I just had a lifetime of mistakes. My buddy insisted that there was a lot of good to be had in that program, and I continued to listen to him. In fact, I was so ready to get clean or to change my life. If he had told me pushing a peanut across the floor with my nose was going to help, I would have done it. I wanted to be better. I didn't want to suffer anymore. So I began going to AA. I found the people in AA had also suffered. These people had lost jobs, families, homes, livelihoods, whatever you could think of, someone had been through it. The ringer, if you will. I attended AA. I did my 12 steps. And I began to live life on different terms. Terms where I wasn't using. Terms where I was responsible for my actions. And it did not go easy. The first 2 years of being clean, I realized that finding a place to live was not going to be easy either. No one wanted to rent to someone with a criminal record, with a history, and looking like Judd Nelson from an 80s movie. I kept at it. I kept looking for hope around every corner, looking for a chance. And you know, as chance would have it, or, well, maybe effort and due diligence, hard work, I eventually got into a place I could rent, had me a job, but I had many skill sets. I had worked through most of my drug addiction, when possible. I'm not saying I was a good employee, or that I kept the job very long, but I had worked. I didn't have a way to live life freely, and I had learned, even at a young age, if you want something, you have to go put in a day's work, get some money, and then you have some choices. Well, the same rule applied to clean living. Every Friday I'd get a paycheck, I'd have some choices, and I'd try to make better ones than I had made historically. Amongst those choices, you know, the obvious, get a vehicle, pay off fines from the wreckage that was my history, work out payment arrangements where I could, and even the real good stuff, work on my student loans, work on my debts to the county, and try to get myself in a position to get a house. Eventually, I did just that. I was able to secure a home. It's really wonderful when you move from having lived out of a backpack to owning your own home. You really feel like you've accomplished something in the world, and anything else isn't impossible. It's doable with the right amount of work and effort. I truly, truly believe that, and that is part of my journey. My addiction, my sobriety, and the efforts I made to achieve what I have today. Today I own a home, I own 2 motorcycles, I have a wonderful fiance who I'll be marrying very soon, a wonderful dog, and the best friends and family a person like me could have ever hoped for. Freedom from alcohol or addiction is available to anyone. All you have to do is want it. My best friend talked me into riding motorcycles. He's been doing it for years. I'd rode a motorcycle when I was a young man. My dad had them around, but I never owned one, used it practically every day, or thought about it every second of every day like I do now. I have become head over heels in love with riding motorcycles. It's the most freeing feeling I've ever experienced. When I'm going fast, cutting into a corner, all that matters is what's in front of me, and that I focus on it, and everything behind me fades away. Nowadays, all I think about is getting to go ride, getting to come home to my family, and filming along the way. Because if my journey has value, then I want to share it with someone who might take something good from it. Thanks everybody for coming with me. I'm glad y'all know a little bit more about me. I really look forward to what the road has ahead. More trips, more fun, life behind bars, or on two wheels. Keep tuning back in. I don't really follow a schedule. When I get a video done, I just release it. So I mean, you gotta stay subscribed and click that bell for notifications, and that way, if you like my content, you can follow along. Look over to the right. Will you check out that view? Oh man, it's spectacular. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get my business partner on two wheels. He's a thrill seeker, former MMA guy, and I can't wait to help him get on this journey with me. He seems interested, and I know my best friend loves to ride. I can't help but think how wonderful the world is today, because I have people in it, I have bikes, and I have my life. One other thing to look forward to is on May the 15th, the Sport Bike Riders of Iowa are meeting in Johnston. I can't wait to go to this event. I believe they're going to have barbecue, and I know I can't turn away from barbecue. And I get a chance to meet a bunch of other like-minded individuals. Guys who just love two wheels, guys who love sport bikes, and other people within the motorcycle community. Can't wait for it. Well, before we bring this to a close, a bit of update or news in the Bleak Ride story. I talked to my mechanic working on the concourse recently, and he believes it has a blown head gasket. So it's going to be some time before I can shoot any footage off the Connie. I'm really excited. I can't wait to have my very own bagger or sport touring bike. I think about it a lot and really can't wait till it's fixed. He'll let me know. He'll keep me in the loop on what's going on with it, and in turn, I'll let you guys know as I do. Well, that's it. That's the end. From here, it's just you guys, the ride, and some music. Y'all be safe out there.